Hi and welcome back. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to use a relay to drive large loads with your Arduino. That is, loads that require electricity, current, that the Arduino is not able to supply. So, what is a relay? A relay is a simple device. It's built around an electromagnet. When the coil of the electromagnet is not energized, then you've got connections between two of the pins of the relay, just like this. However, when you apply some voltage to the coil, it causes the connection between these pins to change. So now you've got these two pins connected. That way, you can isolate the circuit that drives the relay, in this case, say the 12 volts or the 5 volts on the left side of the diagram. You can isolate that part of the circuit from the high voltage or high current, or just call it high energy side of the relay on the right side of this diagram. In the examples I'm going to show you, I'll be using simple relays like these in this picture. I've got two types of relays here. One where the coil of the electromagnet can be energized at 5 volts, and another one where the coil can be energized at 12 volts. In both cases, on the high energy side of the relay, you can drive a high current, so in this case up to 10 amps of load at up to 250 volts AC, or as you can see here, up to 30 volts DC. You can see that information on the package. Now, if you turn the relay upside down and have a look at the pins, you'll see that one of them, one pair of those pins, contain the symbol of a coil. This picture tells you which pins you need to connect to your Arduino in order to energize the coil and flip the switch inside the relay. In the same picture, you can see which of the pins of the relay form the secondary part of the relay, so the part that creates the switches when the coil is energized. So it's these three now. In the examples that will follow, I'm going to show you how to connect the Arduino to a relay in 2+1 different ways. The first two examples, I'll show you how to connect first a relay that has a coil that requires 5 volts to energize it, in assuming that the Arduino can provide enough power to drive this coil. I'm going to show you how to calculate that. In the second example, I'm going to show you how to connect a 12 volt coil relay to the Arduino. Obviously, since the Arduino only operates at 5 volts, you're going to need some extra components in your circuit to drive these larger relays. And then lastly, I'm going to show you how to avoid all these headaches by using a relay shield that takes care of the driving circuitry. So here's the first example. You can see here that we've got an Arduino on the left side. We've got the switch. It's a 5 volt relay switch in the middle of the diagram. And then on the top right, I've got a simple load. In this case, it's a 12 volt LED strip. In the second example, I've got a larger relay that requires 12 volts on the coil, and for that reason I'm going to need a transistor to drive it. The secondary part of the relay, I'm driving the exact same 12 volt LED strip. And finally, if you don't want all these headaches, you can just use one of these. It's a relay shield. It just interfaces with your Arduino using the I2C interface, and it can safely drive, in this case, up to 8 relays. Let's go ahead and have a look at these examples.